Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. Are we all just naive internet users who believe this XRP thing will make us rich beyond our wildest dreams? Nope. It will all go down the drain. Our financial lives have just been utterly devastated. In your opinion, which option is more likely? Listen, I'm here to inform you that the XRP community isn't the only one that thinks this is a good idea. Actually, a famous person is currently involved in the crypto realm. This guy, Raoul, was an executive at Goldman Sachs before becoming famous on the social networking site X, now called Twitter. He has over 1 million followers. Additionally, he stated that XRP represents a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This is not the same wacky XRP community, I'm afraid. There are a lot of hopeful, seasoned folks who have been working in finance for decades. And we should refer to it as a once-in-a-lifetime chance. To a certain extent, I agree with it. That isn't an exaggeration, in my opinion. Additionally, I am of the firm belief that it will lead to that for many individuals. In addition to that, there is this headline that he is contributing to, and they are discussing his viewpoint on the matter. Veteran market analyst Raoul is weighing in on the question of whether XRP will ever be detached from the Bitcoin market. I want to be very clear up front that I come from absolutely no financial background. You should not put your money where your mouth is and invest based on my recommendations, because I am not a financial advisor. I'm only an enthusiast who, for fun and pleasure, enjoys making movies on YouTube about cryptocurrency and similar subjects. Now, before we delve into the details of this content, I want to mention something. Regardless of your overall opinion on Raoul, regardless of whether you agree or disagree with his perspective, I find him to be extremely intellectually honest. It's a rare quality, but it's true. By the way, this is coming from God. Rob Hall is going to speak about it. Paul was an early Bitcoin advocate who gained a large following, many of whom were Bitcoin maxis. As time went on, Paul did what reasonable people like you and I have done, he began to look at other coins. All he did was. It's safe to say that he didn't win over all of his fans. Some of the poisonous Bitcoin Max Eternal fans abandoned ship with him. Plus, I've seen enough of hate speech and remarks, and he continues to do the same thing. He acts like no one can tell me what to buy, what to study, or what to investigate. All the maximalism arguments and the tribes that he belongs to, he clearly doesn't think any of that is reasonable or good. In spite of the criticism, he eventually came around, he was just trying to appease his fans. Oh, sure, that's a stark contrast to maintain, but that's just not his character. He will state what he thinks about XRP's merits, and he does think that it has merit. Feel free to take a look at this. The spotlight was on a crucial conversation about XRP and other cryptocurrencies earlier this week. During a remarkable interview, attorney John Deaton discussed the future of the cryptocurrency industry with Rob Hall, who is now the CEO and co-founder of Real Vision and a former executive at Goldman Sachs. I'll take a moment to hear your thoughts on the matter. Please, if you are free, visit John Dean's crypto vlog channel and watch the entire video. I did. In any case, watching the two interact was a blast. The calm has not yet broken. Crypto Law TV's YouTube channel makes this informative conversation available online. Among the most important things to remember is Raoul's faith in a rational strategy for dealing with the unpredictable cryptocurrency market. A strong community and practical uses for Bitcoins were his main points. In spite of market downturns, Paul plans to invest in assets with real practicality. Also, this is why he decided to purchase XRP at the time when it was all the rage due to the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple. As you can see below, I also made note of this update in my most recent tweet. Here we have author Colin Brown, who is currently sharing a post on X that goes something like this, #the opportunity of a lifetime, according to Goldman Sachs executive Raoul, has come to XRP, and he is making a daring move by betting everything on it. Raoul is putting a lot of money on XRP because he thinks Ripples have practical uses and a strong community. He goes on to say that Ripple and XRP are very useful and might end up capturing markets worth $1 trillion by making financial services available to millions of individuals. I know this is going to sound like the most obvious thing ever, but I don't think enough people in the crypto community really get it. Ultimately, though, the practicality of it all matters, so we'll come out on top. In the end, the money will flow into coins that do things for people and businesses. Also, the market isn't fully developed yet, therefore it's not completely efficient. Plus, it's taking its sweet time. That, however, must be the most obvious and uncontroversial remark ever made, right? So far as I can tell, yes. Thus, it is evident that XRP does in fact have practical applications. It seems to reason that its value would skyrocket in the years to come. My piece goes on. In the linear future, XRP is expected to surpass a lot of its rivals. An opportunity of a lifetime, according to Powell, was XRP. This is the winning shot, the exact quote is right here. The moment you lay eyes on anything like that, you know the price has dropped significantly. It is a reality, and we know it. The market has been inaccessible to half of the population. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. That is when I made the purchase. Since then, I've kept it. In 2021, when XRP was at $1, I will make a note of it. According to him, XRP is likely to reach a price 10 times greater than that. Therefore, $10 XRP seems like a decent price to him. It doesn't sound completely out of the ordinary, but I won't deny that I don't offer price predictions or even pretend to know. Certainly doesn't come across as insane. The calm has not yet broken. Curiously, John debuted his XRP investment after Ripple was sued by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, who claimed XRP was not a registered security, perceiving this as an opportunity of a lifetime. The fact that he has stuck with his investment despite the legal hurdles is a testament to the potential of XRP, which he took advantage of when prices were low. Attorney Deaton mentioned this in his conversation with Ron Paul. Even though he had XRP holdings prior to the litigation, he increased his holdings once the price dropped, solidifying his confidence. However, there is this notion, what if we decouple? So, I'm going to skip over the rest of the article and go right to the point I intended to make, which is that there is a separate one from Crypto Basic that discusses this exact problem. Is it possible for XRP to separate from Bitcoin, as stated in this short subheading? Rob Paul's response to this may also surprise you. This, then, is a transcript of that very same discussion with John D., the attorney. Peace, anyway, is expressed in the following way. I neglected to inquire with Paul regarding the possibility of XRP and other tokens escaping Bitcoin's grip. That kind of separation wouldn't happen, Paul pointed out. He stressed that all market assets are subject to the Bitcoin cycle, which is the macro cycle. Paul contended that this trend stems from the fact that major governments throughout the world began issuing debt at regular intervals of 3 to 5 years after the 2008 financial crisis, when interest rates were reset to zero. Paul claims that the debt refinancing cycle is the main factor influencing the price movements of Bitcoin and other digital assets. Paul postulated that XRP and other altcoins would move in tandem due to the synchronized environment created by the 4-year market cycle economic swings in interest rates. Okay, it's reasonable to say that their asset classes are bulletproof. You might make the case that, generally speaking, you can observe a specific level of directionality, That way, you can discuss the latest news pertaining to stocks, precious metals, or cryptocurrency. Therefore, it is not crazy to think that things will continue to move in tandem if the assumption is that, during periods of broad macroeconomic health, you will still see generically speaking directionally. Therefore, I am making an educated assumption based on my desire to ask him this question, yet, I do not know the answer to this question with absolute certainty. When he mentions decoupling, he's actually referring to something else entirely. Personally, I get that impression, because I think that when the cryptocurrency market develops further, its utility will become clear when you look at certain cryptocurrencies and evaluate them according to their own qualities. We have observed this development. Alternatively, in 2017, cryptos melted face and, 90% of them went off. You might recall what it was like if you were here in late 2017, but there were far less coins that burst off in the last market cycle in 2021. I don't remember exactly how many, but it was far fewer. For my part, I think it's clear that there's been some growth here. The concern is that the money is going to flow into those cryptocurrencies, which I believe will be seen more and more. It goes without saying that all 20,000 of our coins are not required to exist. I see. I still think that makes sense if you're talking about individual runs for coins that are increasingly based on merit. Assuming, however, that you are referring to a distinct matter and that it is directly related to the decoupling of XRP from Bitcoin, I find it hard to believe that we are actually discussing the same issue, and all we're mentioning is that there are a couple. However, that is due to the fact that, even the years when, generally speaking, the stock markets were doing well. Sure, you might just say, look at the S&P 500 here. Of course, it's not really accurate. You can look at some terrible firms and find stocks that fell, and local run is doing so great that it appears like practically everything is going. To clarify, what I mean is that I anticipate that this is the future of cryptocurrency. There will be hot years, that much is true. That will not go away, I assure you. However, will coins be evaluated more and more independently? In my opinion, the answer is yes. In my opinion, it's crystal evident. We've been observing that change for some time. For almost 6 years, I've worked in this field. Yes, it has occurred now. A considerable amount in that direction, even in my brief time here. Therefore, I believe that will be the case moving forward. This does not mean that I disagree with Ron Paul. I'm simply offering some more opinions on the matter, but if I'm right in my interpretation, which I believe I am, then he's simply more generally speaking. The way I've described him is that it's like you're discussing the movement of certain asset classes and the treatment of risk on assets in a specific way. What this doesn't imply, though, is that XRP can't surge past Bitcoin in terms of market cap. After all, is Bitcoin destined to remain the top cryptocurrency forever? Might be. Regarding that idea, though, I don't rule anything out. While it's true that XRP will always have a place in the market, Bitcoin reached its all-time high before XRP did. Even if it is always the case, I have no idea. For what it's worth, the asset class is getting close to maturity and has been quite developed up to this point. As we move closer to that direction, I would anticipate more actions like that. I am merely stating that. Plus, we have some cool items there. As I mentioned before, the answer to the question, "Are you being an idiot by sticking with XRP?" is yes. The folks from Goldman Sachs are back, and they've been in the financial industry for decades. Rob Hall predicts that XRP will reach $10 in the future. He finds that reasonable. He referred to it as a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Furthermore, I am unable to dispute that. Financial advisors aren't my specialty. Do not let anything I say influence your purchasing or selling decisions. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.